Welcome to the very first episode of Bhagavad Gita for Corporate Wisdom. I am life coach Kishore Thakur, and in this series, we will explore how the timeless wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita can guide us in navigating today's corporate challenges, whether you are a manager, entrepreneur, or young professional just starting out. Let me start with a question. Have you ever been in a situation at work where no matter which way you turned, the choice felt wrong? A senior manager I recently coached faced this. Two of his team members had moved to another department. One was on maternity leave, and the quarter end volumes were at their highest. He had to decide, should he push the remaining team harder, risking burnout, or should he step in himself, compromising his leadership role? His head said one thing, his heart another. This is exactly where we meet Arjuna in chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gita. His crisis on the battlefield is not just a story from ancient India. It is a mirror for every modern professional facing tough choices today. Picture the scene. The sun rises over Kurukshetra. Two great armies, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, stand face to face. Conches are blown, drums thunder, warriors ready their bows and swords. In the middle of all this, Arjuna, the greatest archer of his time, asks his charioteer Krishna, "Take me to the center. I want to see who I must fight." Krishna drives the chariot forward. Arjuna looks around, and suddenly his world collapses. He sees not enemies, but cousins, uncles, teachers, and friends. People he loves, people who taught him, supported him, grew up with him. His throat goes dry. His hands tremble. His bow slips from his grip. His body shivers. He says, "I cannot fight. My mind is confused. My heart is weak. What use is victory? What use is a kingdom if I must destroy my own family?" And in that moment, Arjuna, the invincible warrior, becomes paralyzed by doubt. This is how chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gita ends. Not with action, but with breakdown. Not with clarity, but with confusion. Why is this relevant to corporate life? Because Arjuna's dilemma is not just about war. It is about human conflict, responsibility, and leadership. Consider these examples. A director I worked with was asked to fire a long-time colleague due to restructuring. As a leader, he had to act in the company's interest. As a friend, he felt torn. Just like Arjuna, he struggled to balance multiple roles. Remember the 2008 financial crisis. Many bankers knew that selling certain products was harmful in the long run, but short-term incentives blinded them. That is Arjuna's dilemma in different form, profit versus principle. A young startup founder I know had an investor pressuring him to scale fast, even though the product wasn't fully ready. He froze, moved too fast and risk failure, moved too slow and lose funding. Like Arjuna, his bow slipped from his hand. Arjuna's battlefield is our workplace. His doubts are our doubts. His paralysis is our paralysis. Think about a decision you have faced recently that weighed heavily on you. Did your emotions pull you one way while your responsibilities pulled you another? How did you respond? So, what does chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gita teach us? 4 leadership lessons. Lesson 1. Acknowledge vulnerability. Even Arjuna, the hero, confessed, I cannot do this. In corporate life, too many leaders wear a mask of confidence. But think of Satya Nadella when he took over Microsoft. He openly acknowledged that company needed to rediscover empathy and humility. His vulnerability became his strength. Lesson 2. Importance of perspective. Arjun only saw his family bonds, not the bigger dharma. Leaders too can get trapped in narrow thinking. Take the case of Kodak. They were so attached to film that they could not see the bigger digital shift. Like Arjuna, they were emotionally tied to the past and it cost them dearly. Lesson 3. Seek guidance. Arjuna eventually says to Krishna, I am your disciple, guide me. In corporate life, wise leaders know when to seek counsel. One CEO I admire has a personal board of mentors. He calls them before every big decision. That humility doesn't make him weak. It makes him effective. Lesson 4. Self-awareness before action. Chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gita is not about solution. It is about recognition. Arjuna pauses before acting. Leaders too must create reflection space. Think of Indra Nooyi, former CEO of PepsiCo. She often spoke about taking time to reflect before key decisions, even writing letters to employees' families to show she valued them. That kind of pause leads to clarity. Now, let us bring this to your world. Ask yourself, when was the last time you felt like Arjuna, caught between your heart and your duty? Do you allow yourself to admit doubt, or do you hide behind an armor of confidence? Who plays the role of Krishna in your life? A mentor, coach, or advisor you can turn to? And do you pause to reflect before making big decisions? Or do you rush in? A Fortune 500 executive once told me, my biggest mistakes were not the wrong decision I made. They were the hasty ones I made without reflection. The Gita teaches us, don't run from confusion, use it as a signal to pause, reflect, and seek guidance. So, what do we take away from chapter 1 of the Gita? That leadership begins with honesty. That confusion is not weakness. It is the start of wisdom. That vulnerability, reflection, and seeking guidance are not optional. They are essential. In our next episode, we will move into chapter 2, where Krishna begins guiding Arjuna. This is where we learn about clarity, balance, decision making, the very foundation of resilient leadership. Until then, reflect on this in your corporate battlefield. Where do you need to pause? And who is your Krishna, the guide you can turn to for wisdom? Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in our next episode.